Undefeated fighter Ryan Garcia says that he wants Tank Davis in 2020. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus using my affiliate link. It does help the channel. Some good fights to be expected in 2020. And I appreciate everybody who signed up using my link. Definitely helps me and helps the channel grow. Now, Ryan Garcia, on his verified Twitter account, he was asked a question, and I will show you. Actually, before, let me show you how he did his Christmas. Christmas, him and Canelo were in the gym training. He posted this video. And they're doing sit-ups together, you know, stable mates, gym mates. That's how he spent his Christmas. Canelo keeping in shape. And Ryan Garcia. So that's good to see. It's good to see Canelo kind of embracing him. Because Canelo knows exactly what it's like to be a superstar boxer, young, you know, have the look and things like that. Now, a fan says, Brandon, you know, a fan named Brandon says, when are you fighting Tank? Hashtag ask Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia says, I want to fight Tank next year. Hashtag 2020. So very direct, very to the point. And that's his response. He wants to fight Tank this next year. Now, I will say this about the young crowd, like the Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta, Tank Davis, you know, Richardson, Hitchens, Rollies, Ryan Garcia. These guys seem to genuinely want to fight each other. You know, I really get the feeling that they're down to fight each other, and they're not talking about like, oh, I grew up with this guy, so we're best friends, so I don't want to fight him, things of that sort. Like we've seen from some people, you know, where they'll say like, hey, you know, I'm not fighting this guy, or whatever the situation is. So I like that about this young class. Now, for me, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I think Ryan Garcia's career is being steered by Golden Boy. And I think it's kind of bigger than what he wants by himself. You got to look at Golden Boy's stables dwindled down. They don't have as many players as they once had when they were working with Al Heyman, things of this sort. The biggest stars are Canelo and Ryan Garcia in terms of popularity and records and things like that. They also have like Virgil Ortiz Jr., but I don't think he's anywhere on the star level of Ryan Garcia and Canelo for probably different reasons. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is definitely a fighter I'm watching for and a very good fighter, it's seeming. But Ryan Garcia and Canelo, they appeal to not only boxing fans, but also female fans and different things. So they marketed themselves different. Canelo kind of had a different look being from Mexico with the red hair, cinnamon, and, you know, he had a different thing. And then Ryan Garcia, he has his own demeanor and swag. So the bottom line is, I don't really see Golden Boy putting Ryan Garcia in there with a guy like Tank Davis. In fact, ES News, I believe, has it, but there's a video floating around the internet where Ryan Garcia was mentioned, or it might have even been at a Ryan Garcia fight, and Oscar De La Hoya himself, he says, would you make Ryan Garcia versus Tank? He's asked a question like this, and he's like, no, not now. Like, he's like, Ryan's not ready for that. Tank's a beast. He said something very direct, and it was actually, I remember it because I was actually surprised that he said that. So, you know, a lot of times you have promoters and they're going to say, oh, my fighter will do this and that to the other guy. But he was very candid, and it's not too long ago. And this is since Ryan Garcia has been famous. Oscar De La Hoya also had the public spat with Ryan Garcia where he proclaimed that Virgil Ortiz is his best prospect, not Ryan Garcia, you know? So with that statement being said by De La Hoya, it leads me to believe that there's no way he's going to put him in there with someone as dangerous as a southpaw, Gervonta Tank Davis, who, if he wins again, this will be the third time he's been a champion. So they're around the same age group, but Tank is a little bit older and he's a menacing puncher. You know, Ryan Garcia has speed and he's a big puncher too, but Tank is just further along. Tank is about to fight on Saturday against Gamboa, who's an Olympic gold medalist. And if he destroys him, which is obviously the only way a Ryan Garcia fight would happen in 2020, if he loses, then he probably has a rematch clause and that type of thing. So, you know, most people are favoring Tank from what I've seen. He is the favorite to win. And, you know, if he continues, then that'll be another knockout. If he knocks, you know, people question Gamboa's chin as well. But Tank got to be serious and get down to business. Gamboa himself can punch and has power, even hurt Terrence Crawford, who was very skilled even at 135. But the long story short, I don't really see De La Hoya. You know, if Tank looks good, I don't see him chomping at the bit to make Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. In fact, another indication, Ryan Garcia just knocked out Romero Duno in one round. Some people even said it looked kind of like fake because the punch was so fast, and some people said it was a phantom punch. But regardless, he won. He's still undefeated. And they talked about Jorge Linares, who works with Golden Boy, getting a Ryan Garcia fight, and they didn't even make that fight. They're instead trying to put them on the same card and build for a later date. So if you don't even want to put him in with Jorge Linares straight away, then why would I imagine that Golden Boy would put him in with Tank? Beyond that, these two have history. And this is not against Ryan Garcia. He's probably down to fight, but I'm just saying the politics, and he's not his own boss at this point. He's not a Floyd Mayweather where he could just steer his own career, and what he says is it goes and it sticks, and what he demands is the end all be all. So I don't think he's in the driver's seat like that. But there was even a Twitter fingers beef between Ryan Garcia and Tank, where they were like, oh, you gonna be in LA? He's like, I'm in LA. Cool, let's meet up and let's spar. And it was Golden Boy who jumped in the mix and said, you're not gonna spar him. Yeah, nobody's sparring. And they broke it up. It wasn't Mayweather Promotions. It wasn't Leonard Ellerbe. It was publicly, I think it was Eric Gomez. It was either Eric Gomez or Roberto Diaz, somebody from Golden Boy. And they publicly put a stop to it and said, nobody's sparring. We made sure the sparring didn't happen, that kind of thing. So they didn't even allow him to spar Tank. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it, because I think irregardless of what Ryan Garcia wants, the people who are managing his career, again, if they're not willing to put him in with Jorge Linares, who is a fighter who he's been hurt. He's hurt by punchers, hurt by guys who pressure him and, you know, come full throttle. And that's kind of Ryan Garcia's style. And Ryan Garcia has youth, plus Jorge Linares was at 40. He'd be moving back down. He got stopped at 140. He got stopped by Lomachenko. So if they're not willing to put Ryan Garcia in with Linares straight away, I really don't see them making a fight with Gamboa in 2020. You know, because that would be a hell of a step up, and it would be Ryan Garcia versus a prime. And we've just seen in boxing where, you know, guys like Fernando Vargas, people feel in the end of the day he stepped up quite heavily against Felix Tito Trinidad, and he was too young and too soon, and he got caught. You know, that Tito Trinidad left hook and power and experience, it was too much. So I don't think Golden Boy, with lacking people, would chomp at the bit and, you know, rush to put Ryan Garcia. I think they're trying to build what they have, and I think Tank represents too much of a threat, especially if he looks good in his next fight. So fights even like this, the two, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, have talked about it. maybe they're down to fight each other, but I just don't see the promotions and the politics getting out of the way to make this fight, regardless of what Devin Haney wants or what Ryan Garcia wants. So I think it's more so just something to talk about and things being tweeted, but I haven't seen any indication from the powers that be that we're any steps closer to this fight you see on the screen, or Ryan Garcia versus, on Saturday, what will be a 3-time champion if he beats a gold medalist in Gamboa, which Tank is favored to do. I just think it's too dangerous, and I don't think they're going to rush him. You know, Ryan Garcia, he definitely has a canvas you can build from, but there's some things that he probably has to tweak and things before he's ready for a 2-3-time champion like Tank, who's a bit further along in most people's consensus. And, you know, even though he's with Eddie Reynoso, I just think, I don't know, you don't just jump up from Jason Velez and Ramiro Dunos to Tank and expect great results straight away. And I understand they both have amateur pedigrees, but that's just the thing. Tank has an amateur pedigree, 250 plus fights as well. Plus he's further along as a pro. So I don't see it happening in 2020 despite Ryan Garcia wanting it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Definitely would be good. It would be big for boxing. But until I see, even though these young fighters have the ambition to fight each other, until I see Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia, or Teofimo versus one of them, or Tank versus Teofimo, you know, until I see it, then it's hard for me to believe and spend too much time talking about it. That's my thoughts on it. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.